Hello again guys, GLL back again. Okay, this is a video I've been meaning to do for a while now. I've been putting it off because I've been trying to complete certain games to see if it gives me a better idea of what to say and, testing certain features of certain consoles and that. And I think I've got to the point now where I can give my thoughts on the systems. So I'm going to kick off by dropping the bombshell. I'm just going to point out that all of them are shit. Okay, so I don't want any fanboys in the comments giving me shit about how I'm an Xbox guy or I'm a Nintendo guy or I'm a fucking Sony drone or whatever. Fuck that shit off. Whichever fanboy you are, I'm telling you now, your console fucking sucks. It does. Doesn't matter which one it is. They're all shit. Go back to last generation. The consoles were better. Go back to the generation before. The consoles were better. The generation before. The consoles were better. And you can say, well, that's stupid because they're newer, so they're better. No, 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 no. That's not how it works. And I'm going to explain exactly why these consoles suck. And with regards to which one is the best one, that depends on what games you like and what controller you prefer and what interface you prefer. So there's pros and cons all over. But ultimately, they're all shit. So I'm gonna start things off with I'm doing them in the order I got them. So let's start with the Wii U. Okay, I didn't buy any of these at launch, by the way. So the Wii U, I ordered it from Amazon. Got a fair few games on the Wii U. All the big exclusive I wanted to get, and side games like Tank shit just to fuck around on. The Wii U started off as an interesting system, and I'm not even going to go into Nintendo's lack of third party or any of that because that's irrelevant. I'm talking about the system and said Games 4 system. So Smash Brothers is amazing. That game can be held up as a great game, and that game basically saves the system. Without Smash Brothers, there really isn't a whole hell of a lot. I don't really enjoy the Mario Kart on there. The old ones are much better. So in terms of games, obviously it depends on your taste. You might love Super Mario or whatever. It might be the best console ever for people who like fucking Yoshi's Woolly World, but that ain't me. So as far as I'm concerned, the Wii U is lacking in the games department. That may change when Star Fox comes out in a few months. So we'll have to see how that goes. There's a lot of problems with the Wii U. Obviously, the online structure is just nowhere near as good as the other consoles. There's hardly any online games, and this is one that Nintendo fans will ignore. Over the years, we've had split-screen games, and this is a problem with all three systems. But here's the version of events on the Wii U. They're stopping doing split screen for a lot of games, but they're putting it on the gamepad. So one person will be on the gamepad and one person will be on the screen. That is absolutely lame. Absolutely lame. Why does anyone want to play on that little farty little screen? It's terrible. I'd rather reduce the graphical quality and have two people play on one screen with a better controller. Why do we have this fucking gamepad nonsense? Now, to be fair, the gamepad actually was fun at first on games like Batman and stuff like that. It was actually quite interesting to start with, but it just becomes a pain in the arse way too quickly. Especially like you have to use it for like certain features of the console, like you'll be just using your regular controller, your Pro controller, or whatever, and then all of a sudden you get to a screen where you need to fucking use your gamepad, and that's all you can use. It's just frustrating and annoying. Um, Now they did put in a GameCube adapter for Smash, but I think it would be nice to have a GameCube adapter for other games on the system as well. But hey ho, at least we get a Smash Brothers adapter. So in terms of raw power, it isn't really a powerhouse of a console, which everybody probably already knows. But in terms of being a quality console, I mean, you can't really fault Nintendo on quality. These things don't break very often. Controllers are very robust, good shape in your hands. So there's a lot of positives that can be said about the Wii U. So the main negatives is, lack of features. I was hoping that they would take a few more cues from Microsoft and Sony, maybe add some achievements or better party chat or whatever, but they haven't, and I can't see them ever doing that. So that's a negative for me. If Nintendo doesn't step up, they're just going to end up like Sega. It's not going to end well for them. Overall, I don't detest the system. It's a bit lackluster. So I have an N64, I have a GameCube, I have a Wii, and I think the Wii U is better than the Wii, but that's as far as it goes. It's nowhere near as good as the GameCube and N64. So there it is. There's that. I think I've talked enough about the Wii U. It's just a lackluster console, lacking features. Good solid console, but lacks features. Could use some more games that I'm kind of into. And on the back of that, really, Nintendo should have never sold Rareware when they did, and that's kind of the root of 90% of their problems, in my view. So, okay, now I'm going to talk about the Xbox One. Whew, the Xbox One. Worst console name in fucking history. It's the third console, and it's called the Xbox One. They had to be smoking something. Right. What is right with the Xbox One? What works with the Xbox One? Well, it's good that you can have 1,000 friends on your friends list now. And the graphics are a little bit better. And that's about it. Everything else is bad. Everything is bad about the Xbox One. The console drives me mad. It's terrible. The 360 is better. What what the hell were Microsoft thinking? What were they thinking? What a complete bunch of retards. Nothing works on the Xbox One. Nothing works. Fanboys, listen. Shut up about your precious Xbox. I'm telling you, nothing fucking works. The friends list constantly goes fucking down. The achievement app constantly goes fucking down and glitches out. Oh, I've not noticed that. Maybe because you don't fucking play games and you just sit on Netflix and pretend that you're an Xbox fan. The achievement app fucking breaks all the time. Why are the achievements on a separate app anyway? Fucking have it integrated into the console like the 360. Make it work. Don't give me this separate app shit. It's not a phone, it's a console. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. You spend hours grinding for something and then it either gets stuck at unlocking so you have to do it again, or you have to forfeit that achievement or whatever. What an absolute load of bollocks. Shit keeps fucking up on it all the time. the interface was terrible. The old interface was terrible, and it was designed that way clearly. So because it was the Windows 8 dashboard basically, and that was terrible, and everybody knows that Windows 8 is terrible. But they also integrated a lot of Kinect stuff into there, so it was like easier to use the Kinect. But then obviously they dropped the Kinect, so a lot of people had these without the Kinect, and the Kinect is actually pretty cool for what it is. It's something, you can use your voice to do this, that, and the other. PlayStation 4 actually lets you do that through your headset, Microsoft, so that would have worked. But the Kinect is handy because, say, I'm doing something with my hands without sounding dodgy. I mean, I could be like sorting something out over here, like maybe I'm just like reorganizing something or whatever. I could be like, Xbox, load this app, and it will load it. So I can interact with my console without using my controller, which is a novelty. It's not a major thing, but that is a cool feature. The problem is that they tried to ram that down your throat. So they want you to use it so badly rather than having it as an option. So the interface is horrendous, and then everything's sort of worked to a point. And I kind of got used to the old interface, even though I hated it. I got used to it, and then they brought up this new interface, and this new interface, oh my god, this new interface. What were they fucking? They must have been smoking something. Okay, so you've got this you can snap apps and stuff. I'll go into this first. This is on both, but you can snap apps. So you can snap something, but then when you snap it, it automatically takes you into it. So if it's snap, chat, say you want to snap a party, why would I want to go into the party? If I'm playing a game and I want to speak to somebody, I have Xbox Snap Party so I can invite somebody, or Xbox, invite somebody or whatever. It will fucking take you into that app on the Snap. So there's absolutely no point in having a Snap because you can't carry on playing seamlessly. You still have to fucking go into it. So you might as well just press the button instead. So it's completely worthless in that regard. So what is the point in snapping shit? And this is another one that I found out. And this goes for all consoles here now because none of them can do it to my knowledge. On the 360, you could put in a CD, a music CD, or whatever, and you could download those songs to your console and then play them back as you were playing the game. So let's say I'm playing fucking any game, Elder Scrolls Oblivion or whatever, or Skyrim, and I want to listen to Alter Bridge or Breaking Benjamin or Slipknot, whatever you're into, and then whatever you're into, seriously, I could just load that music in and then listen to it while I'm going around, walking around, riding my horse or whatever in Oblivion or whatever. Great. Can't do that on the Xbox One, can't do that on the PS4, and can't do that on the Wii U. Why is that a feature that's gone? Oh, people don't use it. How do you know what they use? And this is the thing. The Xbox One can play CDs, but it can't store the data off a CD. So you can install games, but you can't install CDs. What the fuck? Why can't I install CDs? What a stupid system. So, oh yeah, and if you have a CD in the tray, let's say I download the game, okay? I don't download games, I don't believe in it. But let's say I download the game. I can play a CD in the tray while I'm playing a game. But I have to have the CD app snapped on the screen consistently. I can't just have the music playing without the app snapped. So I have to have this big Mongol thing on the side of the screen with the CD track list on it. Why? Who designed this? Absolutely worthless. Why would I ever want to do that? So even if I have music playing on a CD, I can't have it without it being snapped to the screen. Brilliant. Brilliant. Terrible console. And these are features that run 360, so there should be no excuse. Okay, this new interface, where was I? I got sidetracked. This new interface, okay. You can like pin apps. Yeah, you can pin apps to the screen, and you can snap apps and whatever, but you can pin them. So you've got all your apps, and must have had like 20 or 30 apps or whatever pinned to the screen, so I could find them all. Including like settings, preferences, friends, party. All these were separate apps, achievements, Halo channel, fucking games on there, all that pinned, right? When they did this update, all that fucking just disappeared. Okay, like half that. I'm like, what's going on here? And what they've done is they've basically taken the PlayStation interface, half-arsed it, and put it down the side. Like the PlayStation interface is, you would like go out of the game, you push up, and then there's like a bar, like as in like in the 360 you'd have like your blades for different stuff, but the PlayStation just has the basic shit like party, friends, that sort of stuff on a thing, trophies, that's there on, like a top line, and that's how you get interface with everything. And it's a really good system, and one of the things that the PS4 does get a lot of praise for from me is the interface. The interface is much better than the Xbox One, miles better than the Xbox One. Even the Wii U has a better interface than the Xbox One. Don't give me any shit, fanboys. I'm telling you now, it's better. I'm telling you it's better. So shut the fuck up. Party chat and all this other stuff used to be on separate apps. You used to be able to select this stuff on the Xbox One. So you'd pin everything, so you could just go, and the pins used to be on the left rather than at the bottom. For some reason they moved them from the left to the bottom. It used to be just main screen, push left, and you're on it. Now you have to scroll through all your fucking previous loaded app history to get to the fucking pins. Again, another colossal fuck up, Microsoft. Another colossal fuck up. You couldn't even do an update, right? Okay, so I've got my like shit now is all down the left hand side. So you've got your friends, profile, parties, and some other shit that I can't remember, probably maybe settings or something like I can't remember. Because I just fucking main one you use is like parties and friends. So they're down the side now. They aren't on this pinned app. So basically I had this shit pinned already. So all I had to do was do what it's asking me to do now, but I had it pinned to the left. So now anything else that isn't on that sidebar, I have to scroll through shit. So that's even more annoying because I had all this shit pinned anyway because I had planned fucking ahead. Wankers. So anyway, this new interface is bollocks. You try and like scroll to one thing and it's like everything just seems to be in a muddle order. And it's just all fucked up and it's just fucked everything. It's so annoying. It's just an annoying interface because everything's so fucking small and you can't see clearly what you're fucking looking at. It's so fucking shit. They fucked other shit up too. They fucked up like the achievement app again, because the achievement app now, if you load an achievement, if you load a set of achievements for one game, you can't then go back to the main menu and then look at a different game. So like say if I click Witcher 3 achievements, I cannot go off Witcher 3 achievements. Even if I try and close the app or whatever, it always goes back to Witcher 3 achievements every time I open the app. So I can't go to, say, Halo 5's achievements or Master Chief Collection achievements without restarting the console, because they fucked it up when they made the new interface, the new dashboard. So that is a huge fuck up. But on the back of that also, say you have like a 0 gamer score game. For instance, classic example is Sunset Overdrive. I don't own Sunset Overdrive, but my brother does, and he had his profile on my console at one stage, and I accidentally hit B and loaded Sunset Overdrive. Well, I don't want to play Sunset Overdrive, got no interest in playing it, but then I have like a 0 on my card. Now this is a problem on Sony consoles as well, so I'm not gonna say it's a fucking thing that's not known, but this does not happen on the fucking 360. If you've got a 0 gamer score game, you can just delete it off your card on the 360. But on the Xbox One, okay, you could do that. If you left it on the screen, it would automatically disappear. Right? So it was gone. And we all forgot about it. When this update came in, all that shit came back. So you had any 0G achievements on your card, 0G games on your card, they come back. What a load of fuck, Microsoft. Just copy the 360. Features on the 360, put them on the Xbox One. Okay? Press X to remove 0 gamer score games. Simple. But you won't do that because you're a bunch of faggots now. You've lost the fucking way. You've lost your way. So, anyway, moving on. The old interface was better. Now, one thing I will say is it has got a lot faster. It's a lot faster now. So that's one improvement, but that's like the only improvement to this interface. Everything else worked fine before. They changed one of the Connect commands. It used to be Xbox Launch, to like launch an app or launch something, and they changed it to Xbox Open That. Which one do you think sounds easier to say? Xbox Launch, Xbox Launch, Xbox Open That, Xbox Open That. Xbox Launch is a lot easier to say and to use, so why would they change that? And why would they change it in the first place? Because people have got used to using that, so why change it just to be awkward like cunts? Fuck you, Microsoft. For fuck's sake, I got used to saying Xbox Launch, and yeah, I did say Xbox Launch, not Launch, because Launch actually worked better. Why the fuck have I got to say Xbox Open That? Oh yeah, and by the way, that command doesn't work as well either. Thanks, Microsoft. I'm going to say Xbox fucking twat, see if that opens shit next time. Maybe it will. Anyway, so they changed the fucking voice commands, and there may be others they've changed. This is the only one that I really use, so maybe there's others. You tell me. So they changed some of the voice commands. They fucked up the interface that was bad already. Don't get me wrong. I'm not praising the old interface. Jesus, that was horrendous. But this new one's even worse. So you've got all your pins and shit down the bottom. You have to scroll through. It's so inconveniencing. All these tabs with shit on that I'm not interested in. Why can't I customize my dashboard at all? Yeah, I can put a background on it. Why can't I just close some of these fucking blades down I never use? Fucking movies. I don't watch movies on your fucking Xbox, so why have I got a big fucking tab on there for them? I don't need this shit. I don't need these fucking adverts being bombarded all the fucking time with stupid adverts, Microsoft. Okay, fuck you. I pay for gold. I pay for that shit. I shouldn't be advertised to. You want to advertise? Fuck your fucking payments off. Why am I paying gold for this shit? Fuck you, you fucking idiots. Jesus Christ. So this fucking console, like I say, it was built around the Kinect. And it's just such a shit fest. It's shit. Everything, just fucking nothing works. It's a fucking nightmare. You combine it with shit like the Master Chief Collection, which just doesn't work. You put it together and it's just frustrating. It's so fucking frustrating and so fucking annoying. The controller. Controller works pretty well after you update the fucker. Before you update the fucker, it doesn't fucking work. Why'd you have a system that needs to update controllers? Fuck knows, it's bollocks. You can't use standard headphones in them. Why? Why have I got to buy special headphones? Or special adapters to use headphones? Bollocks. Why is the controller buttons all fucked up now? Why is the 360 controller like a better controller? Your shoulder buttons are all fat and fucked up so you can hardly fucking press them. These are all fucking issues with the Xbox One. Now the main ones to me are the interface and the fucking shit fact that shit just does not fucking work. It doesn't. Twitch is another one. Twitch is annoying to set up on the Xbox One. you put this, it comes up with like a tab, and then you set settings, and if you go back after setting settings, it freezes and crashes, and you have to load it up again. Shit like this. I could go on all fucking night. I'm sure there's fucking other ones, and I've just forgotten. Because it's like, it's every other thing with the Xbox One. It's like reset and start again. Yeah, I was going to say, now, here's a good thing about the Xbox One. Here's something good. Hard drives. And the same with Nintendo. I missed this off my Nintendo one. You can use external hard drives. So if you can order, like, I've got a 5 terabyte drive for my Xbox One external drive, so I can add more fucking games on there. So that is a good thing. The negative thing is the fact that there is no option of buying a, like I say, a 5 terabyte model. I would be happy to do that, just so I don't have to have external hard drives flying all over my fucking shit everywhere for every fucking console I own now. But at least it gives me the option to use a 5 terabyte drive, and then I can put games on there and whatnot. So that's a good thing. That is a big plus for the Xbox One, because 500 gigabytes, fucking 1 terabyte does not last very long. So yeah, that is I think the only positive for the Xbox One is, one, the fact that you can use hard drives, and two is obviously exclusive games, but that's dependent on your taste. So Gears of War is coming up. Hopefully that'll be good. Gears of War 4. Other than that, there ain't a whole hell of a lot. There's Rise, but that's on the PC now. So a lot of these are PC games as well. You've got Titanfall, but that's on the PC and whatnot. So yeah, exclusive games. Microsoft, at the minute, I would say, is in the lead on exclusive games. You could say Nintendo, obviously, but Nintendo, like I say, it depends on your taste. So it depends what games you actually like. Smash Brothers was amazing, so I suppose that one game, you could say, yeah, Nintendo's doing better with that one game for me, but it's just that one game, so overall that doesn't matter. So anyway, with regard to hard drives, I'm going to use that to springboard into Sony now. Sony, why can't I use external hard drives? If you fix this problem, I will go out and buy another hard drive and use my PS4 more than my Xbox, because the Xbox just pisses me off. Sony can't, the PlayStation cannot use, the PlayStation 4 cannot use an external hard drive. Why? Why, Sony? Sort it out, make it happen. Capture cards don't work with this PS4 for whatever reason. Now, I'm sure there's a way around it or whatever, but it doesn't like it. So that's another problem. Exclusive titles. Sony hasn't got many exclusive titles. I played The Order. This is all my games. The Order, Knack, and Killzone. And I've got some downloadable ones. So, and they were free. So Sony is lacking in exclusive games. They always do this. They lack in exclusives. But I think this actually is, to be fair to Sony, this is their best generation. This is going to be their best generation for games so far. When it's all said and done, I think Sony is going to have some good exclusives eventually. So I'm not going to be too hard on them. I'm not a big Sony fan, never have been. I'm still getting used to the PS4, but it's got a much better interface than the Xbox. So the main problem with Sony right now is just games. Just the games are lackluster. Knack is alright. Killzone is shit. The Order was okay. They should have put more effort into the Order. They should have got that, they should have put more effort in there and made it a series, because I would love to see another Order, because the actual gameplay and the actual game is actually really good. The problem is it's just not long enough. That's the problem with the Order. So, anybody that tells you different is just hating. There is some fucking, stupid QTE sequences or whatever, but that doesn't take away from the parts that are good in the audio. There's a lot of decent parts in there that are actually fun to play. Problem is, the game's not long enough, doesn't have enough of that. So, yeah, Sony's lacking in games. You can't use the hard drive, external hard drive. So that's a massive negative. I'm not going to rant about the PlayStation as much because the fact is that it just doesn't frustrate me like the Xbox does. The Xbox frustrates the hell out of me. It really does, because I've gone from 360 to the Xbox One, and the Xbox One is so bad compared to the 360. The PlayStation and the Wii U, I give them a bit of slack because they haven't done this correctly before, so they get the slack. Okay, they're getting better. Sony is definitely getting better. Okay, way better. Just look at the controller itself. Better triggers, better feedback. It's got like a touchpad, which is pretty much useless, but it's something, isn't it? It's something different. It's got like the share button. These are all like innovative, ideas from Sony. The thumbsticks are a lot better. The whole controller itself is a solid, bloody good, solid controller, which is shocking from Sony because I've never liked PlayStation controllers ever. This one is really good, really solid controller, which is crazy. So Sony, this for me is prime time to get a PlayStation console if you were on the fence ever in your life before. Xbox, I don't know what Xbox are doing. They don't really know what they're doing themselves, I feel. They're just fucking riding the storm out with this Xbox One. I hope they do better with their next console, because this has just been terrible. And Sony are just better in every fucking way right now. They're better with the controllers are not that big of a deal. The Xbox One controller is a good controller. It's just not as good as a 360 controller because of the shoulder button problem. The PlayStation 4 controller isn't as good of a shape probably, but if you're an Xbox fan. But other than that, everything's great. Good feedback on it, it's solid, and it works. What more do you want from a controller? It does everything it says on the tin. But the Xbox controller has had a lot of problems before you update the fucker. So you update it, then it works, but then you have problems with adjusting to the weird shoulder buttons that are completely unnecessarily large over the triggers, so it's like uncomfortable to play. Not worth it. So yeah, better D-pad on the Xbox One controller, I have to say. I forgot to mention that. I have broke a D-pad though, so that's not a good sign. Right. Yeah. USB wire that comes with the PlayStation pad with the console is not long enough. No, well, it's long enough, but it could do with being a lot longer. So you can actually, bring your controller further away from your telly. Yeah, okay, it is long enough, but it's kind of like a game controller. Game controller's got a long enough wire, but not as long as it could be, to give you more fucking comfort. But any USB cable will work with the right connector. So the Xbox One controller doesn't come with a USB lead. You have to buy either a plain charge or something else, the right cable to make it work. I don't like using batteries, so I've got cables for all my controllers and whatnot. So yeah, there's an interesting one for you. I think every controller should come with a USB. I know the Microsoft one comes with batteries, so whatever, but it's just one of them, isn't it? You want the wire to come with the controller. That should be mandatory, in my view. So the Xbox controller doesn't come with that, which I find disgusting. I'll round it off. These consoles are shit. They've all been overhyped and oversold, and they're a bit pile of shit. All of them. This is like one of the worst generations ever, with these stupid, microtransactions, half campaigns on games. Is it worth owning a console? I question it all the time. Would I be better just sticking with PC? I have a decent PC that can run most shit. It's just because I like to collect stuff with my consoles, and obviously I like getting achievements. I've got my gamer score. I like playing games with friends on console. So there's a lot of reasons to have a console, but as of late, I haven't been doing any of those things because the console is so fucking bad. I'm talking about the Xbox One in particular. And obviously the PlayStation, none of my friends are on PlayStation. I have like nobody on that friends list. Nobody. So playing on PlayStation is not the answer for me because that's not where my friends play. Specific games that are exclusive to Sony, obviously I'm going to play them and, whatever. But, well, the ones I want to anyway. PlayStation I got for 210 quid, so it was a deal that I couldn't pass up. So the same thing for the Wii U. If there's exclusive games on there like Star Fox coming up, then I'll get those and I will enjoy those. But my main console has always been the Xbox since like 2003 or whatever, when I got my original Xbox. So yeah. And obviously I was playing on the GameCube all the time. So, yeah. So this thing about where I should play games or whatever, it's becoming kind of like, well, I don't even do any of this stuff that I bought this thing to do. I can't play with my friends because they're either never on because they're having the same problems as me, or they're as pissed off as I am, or I'm just pissed off because the console's so annoying and it frustrates me, so I don't even come on. I go play something else on another system or whatever to get away from it. Or I don't buy the games because there's no fucking... because they're full of microtransactions or they're fucking just ripping me off. So I don't buy the games, or there's no campaign mode or some shit like that, so it's like a deal breaker. So, these wank games we're getting now are not worth my time, so... there's that, but also the interface is so shit. And you try and set something up, you'll contact your friend, and you'll be like, yeah, come on at this time. You meet up at a certain time, and then say your friends list isn't working. Oh my god, the annoyance! It's the sheer annoyance of having an app break down on the Xbox One. Frequently, parties go down, friends list goes down. This shit is constant. It's constant annoyance. You got like Xbox Live as a whole goes down sometimes, and this has all been happening since the Xbox One came out. Half of these problems, yeah, sometimes Xbox Live would go down for like a day, but not like as frequently as the Xbox One goes down. It's just an annoyance. It's a real annoyance. So Microsoft need to sort themselves out. And I've forgotten one thing about these consoles as well I need to address right now. The free games, or so-called free games, which are not actually free because you pay subscription to get them. So, yeah, these free games, some of them are okay. Like, I haven't played it yet, but like Rocket League, and on the Xbox recently we got Deus Ex, which I've already got, but that is a good game. So, there's a lot of games, but there's a lot of games that are just absolute toss. They really are absolute shit that no one would, buy in a million years. Absolute crap we get on these games with gold, these PlayStation Plus games. Absolute crap. Like phone games and shit. Absolutely abysmal shit. So anybody that says they buy that for that, like buy gold to get the games or buy PlayStation Plus to get the games, you are fucking smoking something, lad. Those games are shit. You can go and buy them in the shop if they're like on disc games. You can go and buy them in the shop instead of getting that. So the only reason to get Xbox Live or whatever is for the actual online, to play online. And the thing was, I didn't mind paying that on the 360 because the 360 is a decent console and everything just worked on the 360. So I was paying for quality. I felt like I was paying for quality because I was getting everything I was paying for. You know, friends list, achievements, all that worked flawlessly. So I never had any complaints. Now this shit's so bad, and I'm still paying the same money. Yeah, Microsoft either need to fix their shit or fucking get rid of Xbox Live. Because why should I pay for broken fucking shit? A lot of this stuff as well was a problem because they did all that stupid DRM shit, and that's caused a lot of these problems. So anyway, not looking forward to next gen particularly after this. This one I hope dies off soon though, because it's really shit. Like, none of the games look graphically superior. There's nothing really out there that's really blown me away in terms of console. You know, you would expect like I would expect all the games to look like Rise now. You know, or better. Rise Son of Rome was a really good, really good graphics and stuff. So I would expect all the games to look like that level of detail, and they're not. They're absolutely shit. Some of them. Some of them aren't even playable. You know, they're like fucking frame rates just terrible and everything. You know, lazy shit. So I don't know. I hope that changes, but right now it's the games aren't there that I want. The right games aren't coming out. You know, the most interesting games. So which one's the better system? Well, you can be the judge of that. I'll give you my fucking thoughts on it. My personal thoughts is they're all shit. They all got their own problems. But the main offender right now for me is Microsoft. The Xbox One is the worst of the three, if that makes sense. It's also the best of the three because it can do stuff the PlayStation can't, like hard drive, which is a massive one. Having hard drive space to store stuff on is massively important when you have a console. It's massively important. So Sony might have the best interface or whatever, but without that hard drive, they're always going to be struggling. But they can fix that, and if they do, top marks. The PlayStation 4 will become the better console then. But as of right now, Microsoft has the worst console and the best console. It's a console that has the most features, but the features don't fucking work right, and it's frustrating to use the system. And it shouldn't be. It should be easy. So, anyway, that's my thoughts on this generation. Absolute pile of wank. Hardware's not good enough, so the games are not good enough. Everything looks like last gen. There's a few games that excel, but really, it's either lazy developers not trying hard enough, or the consoles just can't handle extra graphical power, extra fucking stuff. So, yeah, there's my thoughts. Feel free to subscribe, guys. See you later.